What's up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. I'm continuing my series on inequalities, and now we're solving inequalities. So we're going to solve these inequalities by using multiplication and division. Now, keep in mind, just like solving equations, we have to use the multiplication property of equality as well as the division property of equality. And what those two properties say is that if I multiply any value by the same thing, it's going to keep the equation balanced. So, for example, if I multiply by the same number on the left side of the inequality symbol as well as the right side of the inequality symbol, that inequality remains balanced, and the same thing applies for division. Let's go ahead and get into the examples. Example 1, I have 4 is greater than or equal to p over 8, or p divided by 8. Remember, a fraction bar represents division, and so the opposite of dividing by 8 is multiplying by 8. So what I want to do is I want to multiply by 8 over here, and I want to multiply by 8 over here. On the left side, 8 times 4 gives me 32. I keep my inequality symbol, but if I have p divided by 8 and I multiply that by 8, those are inverse operations, and I'm left with just p. So this tells me that my solution is 32 is greater than or equal to p. I can also rewrite this as p is, so I'm going to put or, p is less than or equal to 32. All right, these are the same thing. Moving right along, if I have negative 3 over 2 times b is less than 6, if I want to get rid of that negative 3 over 2 so that I can isolate that variable b, I need to multiply by the reciprocal of negative 3 over 2. And the reciprocal of that negative 3 over 2 is negative 2 over 3. All I'm doing is just flipping that fraction. So I'm going to multiply by, it stays negative, 2 over 3, and then negative 2 over 3 there. Okay? Notice, just in case you need to see the math, negative times negative is positive. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 over 6 is 1. And 1 times b is just b. So these are going to multiply out to give you 1. Keep my less than symbol. 6 times negative 2/3. Well, 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Negative 12 over 3 is negative 4. Okay? So 2/3 of 6 is 4. Since it's negative 4. So my solution to this inequality is b is less than negative 4. And you can always take a value. You can take any arbitrary value that fits this inequality and substitute it into the original inequality just to make sure it works out right. When you're just getting started with this, I actually encourage you to test your values. All right. When I get to example 3 or example tree, I have negative 5 times h is less than or equal to 65. The division property of equality tells me that if I want to get this h by itself, I need to divide by negative 5 on both sides of my inequality symbol. So, divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. Now, there is one thing slightly different when solving inequalities compared to solving equations, and that is anytime you multiply or divide by a negative value, you must flip the inequality symbol. So in this example, since I'm dividing by negative 5, this negative 5 divided by negative 5 is equal to 1, which leaves me with just h. However, I must change this less than or equal to greater than or equal to. And then 65 divided by negative 5 is negative 13. Okay? So please remember, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative when solving an inequality, we have to flip that inequality symbol, and now it becomes h is greater than or equal to negative 13. All right? This last example, I have 4 times t is less than 12. If I want to get t by itself, I need to divide by 4 on both sides. And this one stays the same because I'm dividing by a positive 4, less than 3. All right? So any number less than 3 is going to solve that particular inequality or satisfy that inequality. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want you to do me a great big favor. Go to Instagram and follow at YG Math Tutoring. Also go to Facebook and like the page Young Gurus Math Tutoring. Last but not least, you need to be subscribing to this page. subscribe to the channel. I release videos every Monday. I got some good stuff. Once again, my goal, for those of you that don't know, is to reach as many students as possible around the world that struggle with mathematics. That is why I do these videos. So do me a favor, help me help you as well as someone else. Like, subscribe to the page, and share with your friends. Young Guru's Math Tutoring. I got the solution to your math problem.